student, today through this video I will teach you lesson first of geography. The name of the chapter is natural resources. Before I describe about natural resources, let me tell you about resources. Anything that is found in nature and has some value or use for human is called a resource. Even we can say that the resources is a thing which can be satisfy the need of human beings. For example, metals, minerals, plants, animals, fossil fuels, sun, etc. Every resources on earth have its own value, worth and utility too. For example, water have its own value and is not have any replacement. We cannot imagine a day without water. So we can learn even resources have their own economic value, aesthetic value, that is the value which adds to beauty around the earth. Now, types of resources. Resources can be of three broad types: natural, man-made and human resource. The pattern of utilization helps to us make the right choice in resources development to create wealth and sustain further development. Natural resources. Natural resources are those resources that occur naturally and support life: water, air and sunlight. Natural resources include mineral, fossil fuel, forest, etc. that satisfy human wants. We need water for our daily activities. Besides, plants and factories also need water. Water is a natural resource. Some natural resources that can be immediately utilized are air, water, fish, fresh fruits and vegetables. Even the fuel we used to run our vehicles or the gas we require to cook food has to be processed before it can be used. Then only this resource acquire value and fulfill our needs. Resources can also be classified on the basis of number 1, their origin or source; number 2, their stage of development; number 3, their renewability; number 4, their distribution; and number 5, their availability. On the basis of their origin, natural resources can be classified into biotic and abiotic resources. Let's talk about biotic resources. All biological or living beings such as plants, animals, insects, etc. Biotic resources means all the plants and animals, right, or living things. Same way, abiotic resources include all physical or non-living things such as land, minerals, soil, water and climate. Now, actual and potential resources. On the basis of their stage of development, natural resources can also be divided into actual or potential resources. Resources whose utility and quantity as well as quality are known to us are known as actual resources. For example, oil reserves, hydroelectric or tidal power, deposits of iron ore, etc. are example of actual resources. Potential resources, on the other hand, are those resources that are known to exist but have not been used as yet. Let's take the example. Waterfall, wind and solar energy are potential resources. Now, renewable and non-renewable resources. On the basis of their renewability, Natural resources can be categorized into renewable and non-renewable resources. Soil, water and forest that can be renewed or replenished quickly are called renewable resources. On the other hand, resources like iron ore, gold, petroleum, coal, etc. that are depleted and cannot be developed quickly are known as non-renewable. Let's see about continuous resources. Based on their availability, natural resources can be continuous. Such resources are always available and do not rely on human action. Solar energy and tidal energy are examples of continuous resources. Habitous and localized resources. Resources can also be classified on the basis of their distribution. Yes, they can be habitous or localized. Resources like the air we breathe, water we drink and sunlight that are found everywhere are habitous. But the resources that are found only in certain place or localized like copper and iron ore. Now let's see about how the resources can be distributed. While natural resources are available widely, they are not available everywhere. Some resources might be evidently available in certain part of the world and not in other part because of uneven distribution of natural resources. Reason being the different landforms and climatic condition of the world. Now we can talk about human resources. What is human resource? Human resources constitute human beings themselves. Yes? Human resources are considered to be the most important resources because no gift of nature can be developed and utilized as a resource. When we talk about human resource, it must be assessed both in terms of quality and quantity. A natural resource became a worthwhile resource only when humans have a use for it. For example, mineral oil become a useful resource only when it is extracted and converted to petroleum jelly. Yes? Now, human made resources. There are resources made or created by human beings. They play a vital role in the utilization and development of natural resources. Such resources include technical expertise, government structure, political and economic institution as well as social and cultural setup. Okay? Conservation of resources. Why is conservation such an important issue today? Because we have an answer. The number of people on earth is increasing every day and the pressure of earth demand on resources also mounting, that means increasing. Yes? Whereas natural resources are limited. Let's understand what is conservation. Conservation can be defined as the protection of natural resources. What are some of the ways in which natural resources are being affected? Yeah, here we can find a question, what are the different activities or the things which create the degradation of the resources? The answer is human activities have been identified as one of the primary causes. Major causes of degradation of environment are air pollution, the clearing of forest, over extraction of mineral resources, overgrazing of pasture by farm animals, poaching of animals, etc. Now, resources and sustainable development. Global warming, water pollution, air pollution and careless use of natural resources are threatening our world today. It is important to protect our land, environment and natural resources. Resources conservation is the process of using available resources judiciously so that they may get not depleted and may have time to renew. Now, what is sustainable development? Sustainable development is to use resources without depleting them and also looking after the social and environmental effect, such as we need to manage the use of resources wisely in such a way that there is sufficient food, water, means of livelihood for the present and future generation. Yes, that means we have to utilize our natural resources in such a way that it should meet the needs of present generation, as well as we have to keep some natural resources for the future generation. Okay, to maintain sustainable development, we have to follow some activities or we have to do some action. First one, recycle and reuse natural resources. Second, avoid wastage. Example, plastic, paper and wood. Third, take care against excessive consumption. Control activities related to pollution. Preserve the biological diversity on earth. Use resources that are easily available and can be replaced at a low cost. So student, this is all about our today's class. In our class, we have discussed what is natural resources, man-made resources, human resources and how we can conserve our natural resources. These are the solution of your exercise question. Write it in your copy. Thank you and have a nice day.